Hello guys and dolls, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a little mini review and a tutorial using the new Charlotte Tilbury holiday collection. This collection is freaking awesome. My absolute favorite thing from it is actually not this palette, it's this little trio of lipsticks. You guys know I love the Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and my two favorite lipsticks from the line are Penelope Pink and Bitch Perfect, which are both in this little set. It also has an amazing red lipstick in there called So Marilyn. Now I'm not wearing any of these lipsticks right now. I'm wearing my other favorite lipstick right now, which is from Bare Essentials. This is their Marvelous Moxie lipstick in Speak Your Mind. At the end of this video I'm going to show you three different lip options. So I'm going to show you the red and one of these nudes. So awesome. This look goes with all three perfectly. It's kind of scary. I want to know which one is your favorite though, so go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below when you see them at the end of the video. I also want to invite you guys to check out vintageortacky.com because I'm going to have a little bit of a blog review for this Charlotte Tilbury palette. It's so amazing. Like, the quality is just remarkable with these palettes, but they are a little bit on the pricey side, and this one even more so because it's limited edition. It's $65, which isn't really budget friendly. So on vintageortacky.com I'm going to have a list of dupes of the eyeshadows that I used today, so hopefully that will help you out with finding something a little more budget friendly. Don't forget to check out vintageortacky.com for a full list of products as well as the dupes, and I will also have a separate blog post that is a review of the Charlotte Tilbury holiday palette. And without any further blah blah blah, let's get started. I'm going to be starting out today using a primer from Smashbox. This is the 24-hour photo finish shadow primer. I don't know if this is a new product, but it's certainly new to me. It came with like a sample of stuff, and this is actually like a huge sample, so I'm pretty excited about this. And so far I like it. It makes my eyelids really smooth, similar to like the NARS Smudge Proof Pro Prime, or I don't know if it's called Pro Prime. I think I might be adding the Pro. But anyway, I like this so far. Today we're going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Fallen Angel palette. This is a really great palette. This is a luxury product for sure. It's definitely on par with like a Tom Ford or Giorgio Armani type eyeshadow palette that's really high end. The quality is amazing, but it's definitely not a bargain. So on my website, on vintageortacky.com, I'm going to have a few dupes listed for you guys, mostly with the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette and the Lorac Pro 2 palette. It's the 2 palettes. First thing I'm going to do is I'm taking a wide eyeshadow brush and I dip that into the beautiful silvery taupe right here. Unfortunately, these don't really have names. I think it's called the Enhance shade because it's like prime, enhance, pop, and smoke, and I'm like ignoring all of those directions because I'm gonna do what I wanna do. Patting that all over the lid. This is such a beautiful silvery taupe. Now, if you have a deeper skin tone, you might want to use a silvery taupe that has a little bit more of a brown base than this does. Otherwise, it'll start to look very silver on your skin. Unless, of course, you want it to look very silver, in which case, by all means, honey. Another really great bargain version of this particular color is Nutty from Wet n Wild. $2, can't beat it. Now taking a blending brush and blending that out. I'm going to take the brown in this palette using A217. I'm just putting this in the outer portion of the lid very lightly. Now, the first time I used this eyeshadow palette, I actually thought that this brown was going to be a copper color because that's how it looked in the pan. And as I discovered, it's more of a similarly a shimmery brown with like a little bit of a bronze tone to it. It's very similar maybe to like Mulch from MAC, if you know what that color looks like. It's a gorgeous brown, so pigmented and lovely, but it's just not at all what I thought it was going to be. So when I had, you know, centered to look around it being copper, it did not turn out well. Take another clean 217 and just blend that out. These colors are so pigmented, I need to bring in clean eyeshadow brushes to blend them out. Now I'm going to take the lightest shade in this palette and I'm going to place it right here in the inner corner and blend that up into the upper part of the crease. It's like not really so much on the lid, but just like above that. And it blends in really well with the taupey color, but lightens it up. And if you want, you can also add a little bit more of the taupey color. Like sometimes when you blend a color around your lid shade will kind of get lost in it. So just go ahead and bring that back to life. Now, I would use the black in this palette, but I don't want to go that dark. What I do want to do is add a little bit of a matte color in the outer corner just so that it stops it from being a one big frosty shimmer bomb. Unfortunately, all of the eyeshadows in this palette are shimmery. Even the black is sort of like a satin shimmer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call in reinforcements from my Naked Basics palette. I use this palette every single day. You guys will see my setup soon. I'm going to share a video talking all about my makeup setup. I have very few eyeshadows in my actual like everyday makeup. I usually keep them with, you know, the whole set. Anyway, this is one palette I actually keep on my makeup desk at all times because I use it all the time and I mix it in with everything. So I'm taking a little bit of Faint, which is a sort of taupey brown. Alright, just wiggling this in the outer area. It's just going to make it a little bit more mattified. But the bronze color underneath it gives us that great warmth, whereas Faint is a little bit more of a cool brown. But the two together make the look neutral, which means it works for everybody. And then I'm just using that clean 217 again just to blend everything out, make it nice and soft. For a highlight today, I'm going to use Walk of Shame, also from the Naked Basics palette. This is my absolute favorite highlight of all time. It's a beautifully textured matte. It's not too dry. Do you see how pigmented it is? It's like crazy pigmented. It almost works as concealer right here on the inner portion. Like right there, like look, redness gone. It's my fave. If you're a pale skin girl like me, you need this in your life. Now the sad thing about it is it's only available in this stinking palette. So I like want to start a campaign and be like, Urban Decay, please make Walk of Shame available permanently as a single. Anyway, taking a MAC 224 brush, and I'm just blending in between the highlight and the crease shades. So this is Desperation from Urban Decay. Today I'm going to be using two different eyeliners. It's an effect that I really like, where I take a pencil liner that's not black. I can use a brown, a purple, a green. In this case I'm using a gray. And then I'll use a black liquid liner super close to the lash line. That way I get that nice rich saturation of black right there at the root of the lash so my lashes look thicker. But I'm also able to use a softer eyeliner color. And then I'm going to take my Kat Von D tattoo liner and I'm just going to very lightly stamp that on right at the root of the lashes. Now that I'm done removing the fallout, you can see I still have some dark circles because I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. So I'm taking a little bit of the MAC Fast Response Cream, which has caffeine in it, so it's supposed to help depuff. I don't really know if that's true, but it does help my concealer go on a little bit smoother. And I'm a fan of concealer that goes on smooth. So go ahead and stick a little bit of that on. The next thing that I'm going to do is apply my primer for my face, which is the Hourglass Veil Primer. Love this stuff. Getting that on my makeup sponge and using the sponge to apply it. I just figure, let's try it out. Let's do something different. And I've actually really liked the way that it's been turning out. So very even application of the primer this way. Now for my foundation today, I'm sort of rediscovering the Laura Mercier Oil-Free Tinted Moisturizer. I tend to think of this more as like a lightweight foundation just because tinted moisturizers don't usually have as much coverage as this. I do apply this more generously than I would apply a foundation. You can see it's all globbed up here. But this does give me a really nice finish and I think it's a pretty good match. This is the Cameo shade. At first it looks kind of a little bit lighter, but it does warm up on the skin a little bit as you wear it. So I have just put on my war paint of my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I also have a little bit of the Makeup Forever Full Cover in the shade 3 on the back of my hand. So I like to put the Chantilly on first. I don't know why. I don't have any grand reason. I think, no, I don't have a reason. And then I slather on the war paint. This looks really ridiculous. Let's blend it out. So then I take my makeup sponge that I just had the tinted moisturizer on and just start blending it all out. So lately I have been literally obsessed with this powder and I've been kind of keeping it a secret, and I apologize. I actually wanted to wait until I could make a whole video about it, but it's my favorite and I've just got to use it. So that is the Serenity Scott powder. This is their pressed powder foundation and I use the shade Fairest. This was actually a gift from my friend Samantha when she came to California. She was like, look kid, you gotta try this powder. I'm gonna give you this powder. You need it in your life. She was not wrong. This is just absolutely my favorite powder. It looks so good on the skin. Over applied the powder. So now I'm just going to knock off the excess powder. Because whenever you apply it with a sponge, it's always a little bit too much. Now for my contour today, I'm going to be using my beloved NYX Taupe Blush. But today I'm going to be using a Sigma brush. This is the F84. And this is a great little buffing brush. So it's really great for giving you that airbrush look with your contour, which I've been kind of into lately. I was doing this sort of subtle light contour for a while, especially in the summertime. I think that it's such a great look. But you know what? It's winter time now and it's time for some hardcore contour. So for my blush today, I'm going to be using one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Love Glow Blush. I'm using the same brush that I used to apply my powder today. You gotta scowl it yourself in the viewfinder. Helps you apply it. So lately I've been taking this kind of lazy approach with my brows where I take the Beguile Brow Set from MAC and I run that through the part of my brows that actually has hair just to darken it, change the tone a little bit. Then I'll take my brow pencil and I'm just going to fill in the sparse spots at the front. Very haphazard, very devil-may-care. This I feel like gives me a much more natural fill-in than like really getting hardcore with everything, and it's nice for a softer eyeshadow look like this. So for lashes today, I'm going to start off by giving, and pinching myself in the eye really bad, ouch. To start off today, I'm just going to give myself a single pinch up with the Lash Torture Device. And then a little bit of glue on these falsies. Now I've worn these falsies before. This is a pair of the Ardell Demi Wispies. These are I use these in videos so much. It's ridiculous. I am not sponsored by them, but Ardell, if you're out there and you want to sponsor me, please go ahead because I use them all the time anyway. And then I'm going to use my little eyelash applicator from Allure that I got in my eyelashes that I showed you guys that I have like an aneurysm over. So to apply the lashes, I do something called swoop and scoop. I just swoop down like this and then scoop them up onto that little ledge in between the eyelash line and the eyelid. People ask me, when you apply the lashes, are you actually gluing them onto the eyelashes themselves? And the correct answer to that is yes and no. You do not want to actually try to glue them onto your lashes, but you want to get them so close that it's like almost on there. And then move on to the other side. So while my lash glue is drying, I'm just going to take a little bit of the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Brow Color. This is like a brow pen that you use. It's very similar to this one that I have used in the past from Milani. The Milani one though has a little bit of like a reddish tint to it, whereas this one is a little bit almost green tinted, so it's a little bit better for filling in my natural color of my freckle here, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I just sort of dot it on in a randomized pattern, just trying to basically get the original shape. I think this got a little brown today. And the great thing is, if you do a little too much with it, take your sponge that you had your powder on with, pat it over. It looks more natural that way anyway. So before I move on to the bottom lash line, I'm just taking that, what is this called again? Desperation eyeliner from Urban Decay, and just making sure that lash line is nice and solid but soft. Solid but soft. Oh man. This is the Clinique High Impact Curling Mascara. Now last time I went to Sephora to pick this up when they were having like the VIB Rouge sale, they didn't have this at the store, so I had to go get it at Ulta. So I don't know if that means Sephora is just not carrying it, if it just wasn't on the display. I don't know, but it wasn't good. Okay, so to finish up the eyes, the first thing I'm going to do is take my NYX Wonder Pencil in Light. I'm going to make sure I get that nice and really opaque here on the inner corner. it all the way across the inner rim. And I did it a little bit outside of the inner rim on the innermost corner because it's going to help to make our eye look overall like so much wider. Now I'm taking the same Desperation liner from earlier. And I'm going to paint that on, or just draw it on, paint it on, whatever. Then I'll take a Q-tip to blur that out a little bit, so it becomes more of like a background color for our lashes than a stark eyeliner. Once you have that done, go ahead and do mascara. Alright, so I am going to be doing 3 different lippies with this, so it's sort of a menage a trois of lipstick colors. The first one is this one from Bare Essentials. This is the Moxie Speak Your Mind, or Marvelous Moxie Speak Your Mind lipstick. This came in the Give Me More Lip set from Sephora. I love this lipstick. It is so, so, so beautiful. I mean, can we talk about it? It's a cool toned pink, which don't normally work for me, but this works beautifully. I think it goes super good with this. I'm almost a little sad to take it off, but because the new Charlotte Tilbury stuff is out and these came in, I really, 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 really want to wear them. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, sadly. So I'm actually going to try this out with Bitch Perfect because I love Bitch Perfect. I'm just using the Bitch Perfect that I already have, rather than just starting out this, you know, this fresh tube. I love this lipstick. You know what, you guys, this one goes really, really great with this look as well. This is such a great universal look. This is so fun. I don't want to take this one off either, but I do want to show you guys one final lip look with this. So say bye-bye to the Bitch Perfect. I love the name of that lipstick. So the final lippy that I'm going to share with you guys today is called So Marilyn. Gorgeous, gorgeous red. So we're going to see how this looks with a deep red. And the answer is amazing. So what I like to do with a red lipstick is sort of get it on. You can see it's sort of uneven. And then I'll take a lip brush to smooth it out. So here we have the look with a deep red lip, and I think that this works just as good as the other ones. But I want to know which is your favorite. Did you prefer the pink one? Did you prefer the sort of peachy nude? Or did you prefer the red? I think that this red is probably a second runner up for me. I think my favorite one was with the cooler tone pink, just because I went with the cooler tone blush today. But if you want to see one final lip color option, make sure you check out my OCC test tubes review, because I'm going to be wearing one of these in that review. I'll have a link to that in the description box down below. I'm also going to have a link to my blog, vintageortacky.com, where I will have a list of dupes for the eyeshadows that I use today, because I know this is a little bit on the pricey side. It's definitely not budget friendly. If you're into luxury, high-end, awesome, amazing things, or if you're looking to get like a really awesome makeup gift for someone, this would be an amazing, amazing little luxury for them. For this video, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this sort of rambly type video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember to make good choices and just be yourself. See you, bye.